Welcome to the Get Fit Guys, quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield, I'm the Get Fit Guy, and today I'm going to give you 5 little-known workouts that burn fat and build muscle at the same time. Back in the episode, Does Biohacking Your Body Really Work?, I tackled the often uncomfortable and awkward topic of forsaking standard gym workouts and bypassing standard fitness routines, and instead delving into the world of techniques such as hyperbaric oxygen therapy, electrostimulation, cold thermogenesis, whole body vibration, and more. In that episode, I discussed how one of the more appealing aspects of this type of fitness, biohacking, is the ability to get maximum effects with a minimal effective dose of effort, or to achieve more than one fitness result at the same time with as much efficiency as possible. Well, there are 5 such workouts that I personally do as part of my own fitness, muscle building, and fat loss routine, and each workout combines 3 or more different elements of training that synergistically work together to provide a much bigger fitness response than you'd get from a standard workout. So in this episode, I'm going to share each one of these with you. So let's jump into the first workout. The first workout is cold water swimming combined with hypoxia, combined with weights. Pro surfer and fitness icon Laird Hamilton first popularized the concept of carrying rocks, kettlebells, and dumbbells underwater, and I'll put a video example of exactly what I mean over in the show notes for this episode, which is at quickanddirtytips.com. Just look for episode number 251. And author Neil Strauss introduced me to the same type of workout several months ago during a longevity conference we were both at in LA. The basic workout consists of holding your breath underwater in a pool, a river, or a lake, and then treading water, running, walking, doing explosive squats, or just swimming underwater with the weight held to your chest, your side, or even between your legs. And in the absence of long breath holds or cold water, these type of workouts build strength and stress resilience, mental focus, and lung capacity all at the same time. But then when you combine them with the calorie burning and the positive cardiovascular effects of cold water exposure and the growth hormone and enhanced oxygen utilization benefits of breath holding, these underwater workouts become extremely potent. So here's a sample routine. You get in a pool, preferably a cold outdoor pool, or you could use a lake or a river with something like a 10-pound dumbbell or kettlebell or any other weight. Hold the weight to your chest and try to swim about 25 up to 50 meters underwater, and then come back. But this time, when you come back on your back in a seated position with your feet above the surface of the water, treading water with your hands, holding your head above the water, and clutching the weight between your thighs. And then you simply repeat that for 3 to 5 rounds. I'll put a link to some other such water workouts over in the show notes, as well as the workout I just described if you want to print it out and bring it with you to the pool. And that'll be over at quickanddirtytips.com. Just look for the show notes to this episode number 251. The next workout is sauna plus resisted breath training plus yoga or body weight. Now, I've lately been using a hot, insulated infrared sauna for heat acclimation training and detox, and it's an N=1 experiment I recently wrote about over at my website, bengreenfieldfitness.com. But rather than just sitting cross-legged in the sauna and staring at the wall, I've instead been working on mobility, isometric strength, and inspiratory and expiratory muscle capacity by also including yoga and resisted breath work during 20 to 30 minute forays into this very sweaty pain cave. So first I preheat the sauna while I warm up my body with a 20 to 30 minute run or bike ride or weight training routine. Then I go into the sauna, I put on a resisted breath training mask, like an elevation training mask, and I perform a routine like this. I'll do 5 rounds of yoga chaturanga, and then I'll do 1 round of yoga sun salutations. And in the show notes for this episode, I'll link to exactly what those are, or you could Google them. And I'll go through that entire sequence 3 times. And then I'll move on, and I'll do 10 bodyweight squats, a 60-second isometric lunge hold for the right leg, a 60-second isometric hold on the left leg, and then I'll repeat the squats, the lunges, and the yoga routine 3 more times before finishing up with 5 minutes of box breathing while still wearing that mask. Okay, Workout number 3 is foam rolling plus resisted breath training plus calisthenics. So, as I've talked about before, I'm a big fan of the frequent use of a foam roller to keep injuries at bay and to keep the body mobile. The problem is the 20 to 45 minutes it takes to perform a full body foam rolling routine are 20 to 45 minutes that I'm not spending getting fit. So when I do my foam rolling routine, which I do 2 times per week, I put on a podcast or an audiobook, I put on a resisted breath training mask, and then I inject calisthenic exercises into my foam rolling routine. So I'm able to do injury prevention, breath training, and cardiovascular exercise all at once. So here's how to do it. For every area that you foam roll, you'll want to do 20 to 30 passes with the foam roller on the muscle group. 1 pass means you roll up the muscle group and back down the muscle group once. So do each of the stations I'm about to describe 1 time, progressing from 1 station to the next with minimal rest. So here we go. Station 1 is 10 burpees, then you foam roll your Achilles and calf on your right side. Station 2 is 10 burpees, then you foam roll your Achilles and calf on the left side. Station 3 is foam rolling your right hamstring, followed by 20 high leg swings for your right leg. Station 4 is foam rolling your left hamstring, followed by 20 high leg swings for your left leg. Station 5 and 6 are both 10 burpees, once again, 1 time foam rolling the outside of the right hip, 1 time foam rolling the outside of the left hip. Next, you move on to foam roll your IT band for your right side and then your IT band for your left side, each one followed by 20 side-to-side leg swings for each side that you foam rolled. Then you move on to 10 burpees, foam rolling the right inside of your thighs, 10 burpees, foam rolling the left inside of your thighs, and then you move on to 50 jumping jacks and then foam rolling your back from the bottom to the top. Then another 50 jumping jacks, foam rolling your entire right shoulder complex. Then 50 jumping jacks and foam rolling your entire left shoulder complex. And then finally, 10 burpees and foam rolling for your neck, the back, the left and the right side of your neck. And finally, 10 burpees, foam rolling the entire front of your quads. This is a crazy workout. It'll take you about 30 minutes, and you'll be amazed at how your body feels once you finish. If you need videos or demonstrations of any of those foam roller exercises, they're all over at youtube.com/Ben Greenfield Fitness, where I'm demonstrating every single exercise I just described. And yes, you do get extra fitness bonus points if you do the routine I just described in a sauna. Okay, next is hiking plus a weighted vest plus resisted breath training. So I love to get out in nature and hike, especially with my kids. But frankly, once you've gotten into pretty good shape, hiking isn't very difficult. Once you add extra weight, however, in the form of a weighted vest or a weighted backpack, and you add resisted breath training with a mask, hiking becomes a much more challenging cardiovascular and strength building routine. Now, I'm certainly not saying that every hike that you do needs to be a masochistic sufferfest, but if you're pressed for time, it can be convenient to have the option to turn a family foray into the park into a more challenging workout for you. And the concept is pretty simple. Put on a weight, usually about 1/3 to 1/4 of your body weight is a good amount of weight to achieve a significant training effect. Then you put on a mask, which is optional but certainly good for introducing even more difficulty, and then you start hiking. If the going gets quite steep, you can always remove the mask and then put it back on for the downhill portions. Okay, and then finally we get to workout number 5, which is walking plus electrostimulation plus sprinting. So in my home office, I have a manual treadmill in front of my standing desk, although I typically use the treadmill for easy walking while I'm doing, say, phone calls or consults with the clients who I coach for fat loss, triathlons, etc. I also have an upper body strength training and lower body aerobic routine that I occasionally perform on that same treadmill. So for this workout, you're going to need an electrostimulation device like a Mark Pro or a Compex, and you'll want to prepare for a lung-busting, muscle-burning experience. Here's how this routine works. You begin by attaching the electrodes to your biceps and triceps or to your chest and shoulders, your choice for the upper body location you choose. Next, you set that device in strength training mode or power training mode so that it's grabbing as many muscle fibers as possible, which it will typically do for 10 to 30 seconds before giving you another 10 to 30 seconds of recovery. While the device is doing the stimulation of your upper body, you walk on the treadmill. And then during the recovery periods in between the electrostim, you run or you sprint on the treadmill. And you could also use a bicycle for this if you wanted to. You repeat for the entire session of electrostimulation, which typically lasts 20 to 30 minutes. And I'll give you a warning. For this routine, you'll probably need to reinforce the electrodes with ACE bandages or some other kind of wrap to ensure they don't fall off while you're running or walking. So that's it. What do you think? Do you plan on trying any of these workouts? You can, again, go print them because I know listening to them on audio can be tough to figure out. And you can do that over at quickanddirtytips.com. Just access the show notes for episode number 251. Now, if you have more questions or comments about these 5 little-known biohacking workouts that build muscle and burn fat at the same time, then just go to facebook.com/getfitguy and join the conversation over there. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And until next time, I'm Ben Greenfield, the Get Fit Guy, asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.